like those guys have their own style.
BTS is back and we got Diplo here to talk all about it.
Diplo, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
This is awesome. We have to talk about BTS and their new #1 album, ARIRANG. You are all over this album. You produced a lot of it. What was your experience like working with them?
I'm telling you, they're very hands-on. I think every artist has a writing credit. I think RM has credit on every song, but they wrote basically a piece of every record on the record. They had like their ideas and their concepts, and they had a big list of who they wanted to work with and different sounds, and some was very surprising to me. They really wanted El Guincho, they really wanted Dougie F, they wanted JPEG Mafia, which was very like, whoa, you know? They had a lot of ideas. One of my jobs was just kind of like figure out how to make all of it work. Started this project November 2024 when I met with Mr. Bang and at the time Scooter Braun and Coach K, who were all part of like Hive International. And they were like, hey, do you want to help kind of be creative on this record and think of how we can make something to come back and be just literally unique? Because everybody's gonna expect Butter and Dynamite and those big records that they do. But before that, if you're like a real BTS fan, they were very rap oriented and very cutting edge. K-pop's always been super cutting edge with production. They're coming from Korea, taking pieces of culture that they like and this and that and putting like a pastiche together, and it became kind of like a language of all music these days. When they came back together, they were gone for 4 years. They were in the Army and they were on their own doing solo records. I'm not sure what their life was like before the Army, but they were a really tight-knit group. They had probably the biggest fan base on earth. So when they came back, they're like, we can't just do what people expect. We're grown men, we want to do something very unique. The whole team of Hypes had this vision of what ARIRANG was. I didn't understand exactly the song. As I saw the rollout, I started to really understand what ARIRANG was and the story behind it. And I was like, wow, this is powerful. It's very big. I see all these TikToks and Twitters and Instagram stories now about what it means to Korean people and Korean Americans and Koreans in general, and I think they really came back with like, we are who we are. Because people have all these opinions, they're so huge that everybody has an opinion about them, but they're like, we want to do what we want to do, and we want to also give people like every kind of music that we love. That's the hard part of being a producer, is to make that make sense. Each guy was like, this is what I'm good at. Suga was in it with the guitar every day, playing guitar. Jungkook leans more R&B and dance, and RM probably the best English speaker, so he's like very much in the mix, telling us like exactly what they love, what they're into. All the guys together was probably like 5-8 dance, like they're perfect. So they want to dance, they want to make records that they can do live. That's kind of like their vision, because they're playing 5 million stadium shows this year. I think that they know exactly what works, what their fans like. I think their fans will follow them anywhere because they're really good at what they do.
What's your history